We're almost done. I mean, look at how much we've already completed with the head and of the body. And now we're on to box 26. This is the last box. Just 2 stages that are in here, and I'm gonna do it all with this haircut. Better stay tuned. This is your Geek Fix. Well, here we are, the final box. I put on the same shirt I had on yesterday because I just wanted some continuity. But at the same time, it's a day later, so I wasn't able to do it all in one sitting, and not because I didn't want to or that I got worn out. It's going back to those batteries. In the last set of directions, it told me that I had to charge each of these batteries to full. You remember they gave us a charger and said that we want to charge it until it says FUL on it. And when I looked into it, these batteries take, and sure enough they did, about 3 to 4 hours to charge each. So you take 3 to 4 hours times 6 of those batteries, and that adds up to about 24 hours. That's saying that you switch them out right away as soon as they're done charging. So here we are 24 hours later, and now I'm ready with those batteries to stick into my R2, and we're ready to open the next box. Regardless of the fact that I've got people walking around upstairs, so there's gonna be a little bit of noise, and I've got flies inside this room. I'm just gonna push forward. I don't even care. I just want to get this done. I am so excited at this point. It's been 2 years, 2 years since I started this, and it's crazy to see it all put together. It kind of started coming together in just these last few boxes. So just all of a sudden, I've got this fully standing body here with the back mixing, and then we haven't put on the head yet. That's what I'm guessing we're doing. This is only 2 issues that are in here. Number 99 and of course 100, which is our final issue. And inside we don't have tons of parts either. This is actually a plug for international charging, naturally, because they sell this all over the place. This one is for here in the US, and I'm guessing that one of these is what it goes inside of. So you got a box right here. That's the one right off the bat that I pulled. I'm gonna keep the box in this case because it has some information about each of these chargers. But yeah, so here's my plug, which I'm gonna go ahead and take out of here just to see it. Sure enough, and I'm sure they have directions. Maybe they'll have directions, but I already know how these go together. You just take this and basically I put it on, and then I twist it into place just like that. So I got a plug, and then we've got only 1 bag of parts here. Looks like we got a couple more cables. That's probably what I'm plugging into my motherboard in the back, because I did see that there was some slots still for plugging in some things. We got some more tubing for organizing our cable management, and then another box right here. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Now it's empty. Then we got this box right here, which has I think a motherboard in it. So it just says not to touch, don't let it touch anything. It's probably inside one of those silver static proof bags. Let's see. If I had a guess. Yeah, sure enough. So for that reason, I'm gonna leave that in there until we're ready to get to that part. And then of course, like I said, I've got all my charged batteries right here. I like the fact that I don't have tons of parts, but maybe it's gonna be having me put together some parts. There are a few parts and some pieces over here still. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, that's number 100. I'm going to put that to the side. In these magazines, oh man, we're revisiting something I already talked about quite a bit in detail, but we are also getting into, I noticed that this must have been made, naturally started getting released before some of the newer Jedi films. Oh, although there's one right there from the newest episodes. But at the same time, we got BB-8. I guess it has been covering some stuff because BB-8's been brought up before. We're getting into different types of robots that are used for manufacturing, and that brings us to my dome circuit board. Yeah, 99, right? This is 100, So that means this is my dome circuit board. But it says I've also got some black parts here. Maybe that's all on here as well. Oh, it is. The whole thing comes all together, I guess, in there. The main part provided this time is printed circuit board, PCB, that connects that camera. Oh, I was wondering when we were going to put that in. Remember, too, our camera has this little ribbon cable, and I was wondering when we were going to do something with that, as well as the microphone. Oh, as well as providing R2-D2's Wi-Fi connection. Oh, there's a Wi-Fi. In fact, I see there's supposed to be an antenna right here. So naturally, that's what does all those things. Note that the cover that protects it from damage is removed during the installation and will not be refitted. We're not going to be putting on it again, or what are they saying by that? But there's also another warning over here about it being very sensitive and that's easily damaged by static electricity and things. So yeah, keep it away from stuff. Don't handle it roughly. Working in a non-conductive surface, I should have my gloves on. We should be inside of some kind of a static-proof room and wearing whites and looking like we're gonna make other things. Be sure precautions are used to avoid damage. This is said to be the most dangerous part to do, so then they should have pre-scored this bag. That would have been helpful. Okay, here we go, and there's that part. So like I said, this looks like it must be the Wi-Fi antenna. I can see our circuit board inside. Oh, it looks like a micro. Looks like an SD card right there too. Reader. Where, really? It has an SD card reader? What's that for? Huh. Okay. I can see our ribbon cable connections. There's an HDMI connection. Interesting. So yeah, there's all sorts of fun stuff in there. So first thing we're going to do, I already took it out. Being careful. Carefully remove the circuit board. Okay. Take the two brackets and two of the 2.5 by 6 millimeter flanged screws. Crap, I only have one of those. From 98. I think I only have one of those. Let me double check that. Flange screws. Unless it got mixed in with the other kind. No. And it's right here. So, we're gonna need these right here. I'm also gonna need my two flange screws. I'm gonna be opening this up, holding the part of the case like this. Vented slots lift off the plain cover on this side, just like that. Okay. And like this, avoiding touching the circuit board itself. No! Take one of the brackets and align its mounting hole with the lug on the case. Okay. So I'm going to be doing it basically like this. And then I'm going to be attaching that screw using my screwdriver and my flange screw right here. That flange screw is an exact fit, alright. Okay. There's one. Guess what we're doing with the other one? Yep, same thing. Over on this side now. Although this one hooks in at an angle. Yeah, it hooks in like this. So I'm not supposed to hold it like this, but see how that fits? So I'm needing to do it just like that. And putting in another flange screw. Okay. Alright, good enough. Yay! Why they didn't just do that before they sent it to us, I don't know. Alright, so we got their flange screws done. So we're going to be taking this part right here, just like this. It should look like that. And we're going to be hooking it in where these holes are. See, right here and right here. And so, I'm not going to do this under the camera because I am terrified it will lead to me making an error. So I'm going to just stick this in here as best I can. Trying to keep some of my wires out of the way that I know I'm going to be hooking to this, actually. And, okay, then I just need to connect it using some more of these. Oop, I don't want to hit that PCB. All right, now C-tip and use the fingertip to open the clamshell edge. Oh, okay, they're talking about right here. So this is just like doing, it's already open, actually. So if you've ever repaired a phone, you'd be familiar with this part right here. This is the clamshell edge that I would be putting something like this into. So take the ribbon connector from the camera, putting it underneath here, like so, and sticking it into there. Oh, why'd they have to give it a horrible angle? As you may also be aware, you want to not twist or crimp or pull these kind of cables badly. Okay. Yeah, I think that's as close as I can get it. Okay. Now I'll need the mic cable. Where's my mic cable? Is this the mic cable? I'm gonna go ahead and stick that one in just because I want it out of the way. Okay. Is that really it? Am I done with that part? That's the end of that magazine. For real? That completes that assembly. 99. That was it for 99. We are now on to our last issue. 100 is the one that we're on to, which is pretty exciting. Custom finishing. I do want to make sure that we're really careful to read everything that is in here. Basically, on the following pages, you'll find out how to finish building R2-D2, install the batteries, and turn them on. With that done, you'll be able to unlock his full potential. I have all sorts of advanced features controlled by the free app, which I have downloaded on at least one of my phones. There's providing a comprehensive user guide online, and yeah. So, oh, I knew with the Iron Man that there was also some custom parts that you could purchase for battle damage. Looks like there is some custom finishing. When completed, R2-D2 has a factory fresh finish, as in the picture, but you may prefer him to have a well-used appearance as seen in the movies. This is best applied after you've completed your droid and tested that he is working. So there's hints and tips on how to achieve that weathered look. Oh, they actually have a weathering instruction. So, well, there's no, yeah, this magazine has no information about Star Wars in it. We're just going straight into our build. The things that we're needing is my plug that I already actually assembled in advance a little bit, although that part doesn't count or matter. Distribution board cable, which is in this bag right here. You know, in case you forgot, the reason why I try to not use scissors to open these is because, well, they didn't include any, and unless there's a part where they say, oh, you have to buy this thing separate, like the batteries or glue, I'm trying to just stick with what you actually get. So you're knowing I didn't have to have any special tools to pull this off. Ooh, and there's just a little decal that we're gonna be putting in here pretty soon. So I'm gonna put the head right here and bringing the body now over here. So taking the extension speaker cable right here, and what I'm gonna be doing with that, all right, locate the white speaker socket on the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is over here. I can see it again, so I can't. It's hard to film, but it's be right there. So I'm going to be putting this right here into there, and I don't think I can pull it off without putting the phone down. Oh, maybe I can. Let's see if I can pull it off. Nope. All right, there we go. Now that's tied into there. Take the other end back over the sensor control board and under frame BF13. So it's routed like this. So we're saying, like, take it underneath here, like that. Take the CN labels from issue 97, which are right behind us. There is CN. Is it CN or CN? BF, like this. CN. Oh, there it is. CN. labels, and the cable that has plugs with rows of 5 holes. So we want these ones right here. These have 5, the other one has 6. So this is the one I want. And we're just gonna be, connecting, yep. So I get 2 sets of those. Okay, I like the idea of these, but they're not easy to put on. So look, I put one on each side, just like that, to say CN on them. Perfect. Take issue 97's H out cables. These have 6 holes. These are going to be H out labels. Are going to be going on here. Okay, this is H out. Whoops, although the way I put it on, it's a little hard to see. And this one's H out too. Okay. This one has 2 sets of cables, so I'm just going to hang it on to one of the 2. Just like that. Okay, so it says H out on both sides, just like that. Turning the page. We're gonna be taking both sets of these cables here, and it looks like you're gonna have them run. So there's red on and white on one side, and red and white on the other side, and I'm gonna be linking those together using this tube right here. This one's gonna be a little bit harder because these are pretty flat, wide cables. Fitting the tube around is gonna be, they are 2 different lengths, so they're just a little shorter than each other. All right, then it's saying I'm gonna be taking the end that has the red H out, so that's this one, red H out, right? And the white CN, right? Yep, that's this end right here. And then I'm gonna be taking that and fitting that end, I am right, oh, it's actually, I thought it was going into the new board. It's not. It's going back down in here. You see right there? See that red? That's where the red one's gonna go. Ah! Why are we doing it in this order where it's so much harder? Why couldn't we have put this in earlier? If I was to go back and do this, and do it in my own way, I probably would have plugged this in before we went putting in those, putting on my bracket or putting in the flat ribbon cable. And then, after we plug that in with great difficulty, now I'm going to take the white one on that side over this bar right here. We're going to take it over the bar, and I'm plugging it in over here, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to be doing some cable management apparently right here, like this, I guess. The way they show it in the picture, kind of want it looking just like that. So then I am going to use scissors here because I can't use my mouth, so I guess I'm giving in on that. We've got these wires here. We're going to be taking the short bar, not the long one, but the short one, and I'm going to be sticking it right on in to here. Sticking it all the way in, locking it down. Up here you can see that there's that black thing right there. That's where I want it. I want to send those cables down through there. So just like this. Drive shaft. Okay. You got it. Okay. So and then it goes through that square hole right there. See it? Now using 2 fingers to stop the spindle from dropping out, which is right here. Invert the dome and offer it up. Offer it up. Sounds like we're sacrificing him. Okay. Okay. So. Okay, there it is. Then offer it up on top of there. As I also pull through these wires here. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Is that it? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Look at that. His head is technically on now. That's it. That's his head right there. So yeah, we locked that on there. So officially, R2's head now a part of his body. All right. Oh my gosh. We're so close to being done now. I'll turn this all the way around, it says, until the lug. So the lug is on the bottom here. You can kind of see it moving along. See that right there? That's just going to tell it to stop right here. So that's what we're doing. We're just turning it to that point till it stops, right? Okay, so now we're going to be putting the white H out cable up here. And with the other one, I'm guessing, goes into our last spot, which is the red one. That's just right kind of underneath it, but you also can't see that. See that one over there? See how hard this is to see things? We couldn't have plugged in those cables and then plugged them into the, I don't know. Something, there's gotta be an easier way. There's gotta be a better way. And it's so hard to get it onto there. I think I need, this is why I need like child labor here, because I can't fit my fingers down in there. We got this cable right here. So as you can see here on my back, I've got this, has a wire. So they want me to stick it through this side one over here, like that. And then we're gonna stick this, just like that. And then, all right, now we're offering up the back panel, offering it to the Star Wars whatevers out there, and offered up to the frame, fitting it all the way forward. Okay. Oh, sure enough, look at that. It does fit all the way forward. Now we're gonna be adding some, we're gonna be attaching everything with screws. So that was it as far as chances to fix anything else before we put it together. 2.5 6mm screw to hold it in place. And then I'll do the bottom ones, which is, there's 4 of those. All right. Look at that. Body's all together. I do have some bits and pieces of scratches on them, but you know what? That's just battle damage, man. It's just battle damage. Okay. Now we get to do a part that I actually haven't enjoyed in the past, but whatever. Which is little white bits. We got two sets here. Looking forward to the sticker part. Always, always, always. A couple of these little pieces here did pop off when I put them together, and I wasn't going to go digging in for those wires just to make it work. So you got some that are semi-flat, some pretty significantly angled ones, and then some more flat ones that aren't so short. And so we're going to start with these ones right here. They're kind of short. Those are going to be going up above his arm up here, supposedly. So, there it is. We're just going to do those all the way around. I think if I had tweezers, this would be easier. Oh, there we go. Switching it around. Switching around to do the other. There we go. Switching it around to do the other side here. The straight plugs go in the bottom. These are straight plugs, I'm guessing that that's a straight plug. And so they go all the way down here, just like this one right here. Boop. Oh, look at that. Yeah. We're down to our last set of plugs. Very exciting, very exciting. Those are gonna be going inside these legs right here. So, now we've got all of our little plugs in, and then on the front, this tool panel right here is where we're going to be putting the sticker right here. Just going to pull that off of there, and right above there. Got some control button information that tells me what these each do. Okay. I already put in the lightsaber, and then it says completed assembly. So now comes the important part. I'm going to be turning this around now. Now we're going to be pulling out my battery panel here, down here. So it's like a little, feels like, sorry R2, sorry to get so personal. Gonna pull that right on out of there, and Hopefully I've got enough room to play around with it. Ugh. Jeez, okay. There we go. And it tells you there's actually a certain order that I want to do this. We've done these batteries. So once again, we had to get, in case you forgot, it's the 18650s, 2600 milliamp, 3.7 volt lithium ion batteries. The ones that I went with were the Ultrafires. And so 2600 is ideal, but he will work at 2000 milliamps. And we need 6, so we have 6, but we're going to be putting them in a certain order. So according to this, then this is the first battery we're going to be putting in, this one right here. And the reason why we went with button tops is because we needed to make sure that we knew which way to put it. So, you know, these batteries also come where they're just flat on both ends. They look exactly like that on both ends. We don't want that. We want to know which way for them to go. So the flat metal end goes right here toward the spring, and I pop that in, okay? And we're going to continue to fit the 5 batteries, other batteries, noting the direction that we have to go based on those button tops. I think finally we'll probably screw on, what's the cover for this. Taking this now, I'm going to be putting it on, and I don't screw it into place. Why do they have little screw things if you're not going to screw this thing on ever? I don't know. Seems like it would be a good idea, but so I have to hook it down like that, close it up like this, and then we're just going to slide that all the way on back up into there, closing up his bottom here. Boy, it was sure a lot easier to put on these screws when we could flip them over before. Now I can't. Okay. Oh, man, I'm sweating up a storm. Is it just because it's so intense? Because it's so hot. Really hot. Okay. What it says that we want to be doing is we're wanting to plug the main adapter in. That's this right here. So we want to plug that into the bottom and leave it for a couple seconds, then turn it off and unplug both ends. This is a protection procedure to activate the battery. Without doing this, it won't turn on. I'm plugging this into here for a couple seconds. Let's see if this works. 1, 2, and then I'm plugging that, and then I'm going to switch this on. Here's the last step. If I did it right, it's going to do something. Okay. Oh, hello. Okay. He will make a noise. He did that, indicating he's ready. Okay. Now, remembering here what the buttons are. I am a little bit nervous about doing this up here. I might have to take it to a different room, but arms in and out. Did you see that? Should I push this button? Then, lightsaber up is number 3. So if I push this one, then, oh, look at that! It's not completely smooth, but I think that's partially because the door hinge is just a little off. But and then there's power on and off. So again, I can turn it off, and at that point, my red light is blinking. Oh, and now he's turned off. Okay, I'm gonna turn him back on. Just to, oh, there it goes. Now he jerks forward. There goes his head. Okay. Doing some tests. There's the blue flashing light. And he does that for some reason. I'm gonna go ahead and show how this kind of works. So I do have the app on one of my phones here. Just click on it, and there is a pairing mode that when I push that button, I am then able to connect to my R2-D2. There it is right there, R2-D2, and now I'm connected to R2. Now, one of the things you might have noticed when I turned them on is these lights over here, right there, they didn't light up, or the ones in the back. Only these kind of bigger lights did. And the reason for that is that for some reason, you can only turn those on through the app. So you will need to connect to your phone in order to be able to do that. And once when you do, he'll give you that whistle to let you know that he is connected. Now there's a couple of ways that you can use the app. One is to be able to manually control him, which looks more like this. It's a pretty standard keypad. Here I can choose to have him do different things. And it's like I said right here where I'll be able to turn on that short LCD and the long LCD. I can also do all the things that we could do on the front, including being able to make him do things like lightsaber. And you can see here too, it's showing the animation of what it does in real life too. I can control his head, I control his body, but the way I prefer to use them is this video control. With video control, the neat thing is that what I can do is I can actually, for example, I could turn his body here, and whatever he sees, I can also see, and I can actually record that too. I do have those options that are on here. But this way I can control him from a distance and even on the other side of a wall without having to be there to operate him within my vision. So I can make him do things that are pretty realistic without anyone seeing that I'm around. And then just a reminder, some things, right. So just, you might notice, yep. What he's doing right now is he's trying to find my face. So R2 has facial recognition. Yeah, I can see it. And so he is following me right now. Hello, R2. So you'll remember that we put... So a couple of things to remember is that he does have some microphones on here as well as that camera, and using that he can actually follow instructions. So there's also verbal instructions that I could call out and ask him to do. Everything from him walking around to following me, making his lightsaber go. He also has a Sentry mode that allows him to drive around, do his own thing. I remember we put in different bumpers and sensors to allow him to literally learn his environment and avoid objects within it. Finally, let's not forget about the hologram. That's right, R2 can produce a hologram that is surprisingly bright. I really didn't think it would be that bright when I tested it out in this room before. It seemed like it wasn't very bright, but I've been able to take him around in the daytime. In our my office, for example, I took it to work and everyone was able to see when he projected on the wall. It was one of those things where people couldn't believe it. They weren't prepared. So it's very cool. The things that he does are pretty neat. So that's it. He's done. He's now ready for me to be able to freely use, and he obviously works pretty well. Pretty excited about it. I'm gonna do one more video after this. I'm gonna do one more. Not assembling him or anything else, but to review Fanhome and answer the initial question that I asked. Is it worth it? Now, I want to thank Fanhome for providing these parts. Also, if you're interested in actually purchasing this model, check the links below. And don't forget to use the promo code R2-D2. Also, don't forget to check out our Iron Man build and other big videos that we got on the way. In the meantime, like, subscribe, comment below. This is your Geek Fix.